All right, Kenman here. Today is die project number 23 and 24, part 1. What? Jeez, what is this guy doing? Didn't he do this once before? It's confusing. What happened to 15? Yeah, that guy, I tell you, there's a die project 15 floating around here. I will again promise we'll get to it. Other things happening at the time. We are doing 23 and 24 part 1 combined today, and there's reasons. Let me get to it before we start. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I purchase everything at retail price, and I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment below. All right, so die project. What's going on? Well, I just had my giveaway for 1,000 subscribers, and Grant is the lucky winner this time. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, everyone for subscribing, taking part. The community is great, having a really good time making the videos. Very appreciative. I will be doing another giveaway soon. But this time, Grant won. We had some options. And he, from the 3 options, has chosen. You have been chosen. This CJRB Feldspar. So this is going to be Grant's prize for that 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I did. And he has chosen an interesting color scheme. I'm excited to do it. So today we're going to tear that one down. And because of the color scheme that he has chosen, I am going to add the mini Corvid cleaver in the teardown today, because it will just be convenient for us to have both of these torn apart for the process and the ideas and stuff that I would like to do, if that kind of gives you a clue or a hint. So we have the Artisan Cutlery Arroyo. Fantastic. I kind of tried to get a little rainbow of all the colors that we've done. If you haven't seen, there is a link to all of the playlist of all these. But I wanted to try to get a good variety of the colors that we've done so far. Here is the first Feldspar that I did. I really like the Feldspar. That is why I ordered another one and wanted to do it again and wanted to be a good giveaway, because I think it's a great knife. Great budget knife. Great knife all around. Made a good blue. This is a more recent, the Sencut Vesperon. I know lighting, some of the videos, people were like, that still looks jade, or that is whatever. Okay, this lighting here, this is a little darker. Jade, can have a variety. Sometimes it's a little closer to the same color. Sometimes it's a little further. I definitely wanted this to be yellow, was my goal. I really like the the Crowley. Now when you see these two next to each other, notice this is more yellow. This kind of has like a slightly duller kind of green. It's funny, the longer they're next to each other, the more they look alike, or I don't know. Whatever. People can say. Everyone has taste. And even if it was just slightly different than what jade was in the first place, does it matter? Jade looks good as it is. So if you slightly changed it, does that mean you didn't dye it well? Or, it's everyone's up to their own personal taste, what they like, what they don't like. I think it turned out good. Some of them need to be lighter, closer to jade. Some of them need to be further. This is that Thalia. Really cool. Kind of blue-green shade, right? And of course the CJRB Gobi. That's got those really neat accents with that orange. So it makes that purple pop. That two-tone is really cool. And the Ferrum Forge Gent 2.0. This is one of the first ones I did. This was yellow, and we learned that yellow, it's over the top of the black frame, which is going to make it a little darker. But my yellow dye, the longer you leave it in there, the more it kind of goes green. That's why the Vesperon is a little bit more green than the Crowley. And yeah, that's dye. Dye is an experiment. You're just testing to see what you can get. Here's a cool orange. What's this one called again? Brazoria. That's kind of a neat one where the blade is the kind of satin and then the liner was all black. Kind of gave an interesting accent, made that orange a little bit darker. Also like the way it kind of looks. Let's do a little HD. I have 4K, I might as well use it once in a while, right? Look how cool that looks. You can see up in that section there, the way the jade lets the dye soak in really well. I think the jade being not as opaque, it soaks up the dye significantly more than like this Raven with the white. White G10 works. Here I've got my Titus. I've banged this around a little bit. You can see right there. See where the white's kind of shown through. Red soaks in really quick, so it was only in that dye for a minute or two. So it doesn't really have a chance to really soak in and mix with that white that's already in that material. So it's kind of, the outer surface is dyed and the inner surface is less dyed. I think with white versus a jade soaks it a little bit better. So your color will stay a little more true. You could scratch it up a little bit more and it won't show as much as that white. Okay, so here we are. We are tearing down these two knives today. This one is mine, and this is the one that Grant has chosen from my latest giveaway. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone for participating, commenting, taking part in the channel, having some fun. Please, I'd love to hear more feedback. Continue to have more exciting stuff happen on the channel. This unboxing coming up is interesting. I don't want to give anything away, but it was weird, a little disappointing. Kind of like that Kaiser Bugai. I'm still not sure if I want to return that or what it is I want to do. If you didn't see, bing, that Bugai, there's some issues with that. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the detent ball wasn't pushed in enough, but I could be wrong. It just, yeah. Okay, we're moving on. This does not have a captive pivot, so I need to get in on both sides here. Or wait, maybe this is one of those ones that does. Yeah, okay. I knew there was a couple back that I've done where, see, it has that thread, it has the spot on both sides, but the reality is this side does not spin. It is a captive pivot, but you can't tell of it. Sure. When I had this driver bit in there, I could tell that I could not put any torque on that. It's nice to have those. It just makes more sense to have a captive pivot, then it's easier. You don't have to get in there and grab from both sides with two drivers. All right, most of the screws on this are T6. I like to loosen them all up, slowly get them out. You got to be careful with those T6s. You can strip those threads much easier if you kind of aren't pushing and get a loose bump turn. And then you pretty much either ruin the, you'll either ruin that thread on that screw or you'll ruin your bit. I literally have a dozen of these T6s ready to go. And I'm taking part knives a little bit more than the normal person would, but I would say every few weeks I throw one away and start with a freshie. And the T8s, I hardly ever have to throw those away. Significantly more sturdy, just that little bit of size gives it that much more. It'd be great if they could be all T8s. This guy's just playing musical chairs. All right, so we are almost completely good here. I got to give that a little push. Just like that. Releases some of that. Okay. I guess since this one does, okay, you can see that right there. Let's get in close. You can see that little flat edge right there. That's the D to create that captive pivot on this side. So if you look, that hole right there has a flat bottom D and this side does not. So it makes it easy for you to know which side it goes into. Okay, we are almost there. I have to be careful not to cut myself. This is a knife. All right, bing, bing, bing. Let's grab that. And we've done it. So we've got that one down, one down. Let's make a little rotation. Set that part over there. And now let's tear this little bad boy apart really quick. I'm going to guess again, we do not have a captive pivot. So, any guesses on, I'll give you, you have a few things you can guess on here. Well, hey, is this a captive pivot? Oh my gosh, what? Let's try it this way, maybe that one's not spinning, and I tend to make the one on the left hand spin when I have both. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking the... Everyone's going on a spinny ride up there. You're feeling sick? All right, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah. Play the old guessing game. So, 1. What color do you think Grant chose to do his feldspar in? 2. What color? Okay, so the side that says Mini Corvid is the side that took the larger side of the pin. May not matter, but I like to do that just to make sure. Kind of put it together the same. Looks like these are T6s. I don't know why I totally took that one out. Got a little carried away as I'm talking here. I do like to loosen both sides a little at a time. If you have a barrel spacer in between, you have one side really loose, the other side isn't loosened yet, the barrel might spin freely with it and make it a lot harder to remove. So if you just do both sides kind of evenly and get them both loose before you... Whoa, don't go running off. Before you totally loosen one side. That makes sense, right? Bing, 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 bing. Careful. And this would be that case if you hadn't loosened the other side. These might not loosen up and they might just stick to that barrel. I did have one that we took apart recently that had a little D10 or D captive cut on these barrels, but it was only on one side and it only fit on one side. So that side of the barrel had to fit to that side and it had to sit where that flat spot was. It was so small it was hard to see it. Excuse me. And I had the hardest time getting it in there. My eyes are... I'm still growing hair, but my eyes are starting to get bad. And I got some cheater glasses for really, really tight close-up stuff. I can read the tight, small stuff 3 feet away, but not when it's right in front of me. Okay, we are torn down, doubled up. Okay, so here's what my questions. You know, what color you think Grant's gonna do? What color you think I'm gonna do? Why would I tear them both apart at the same time? Well, I could save time, and I just did 2 videos in one. But then I have now taken away some content days where I could have stretched it out a little bit. Whatever, you know, it's fine. What color do you think I'm going to do? What color should I do? I already know. So go ahead and make some guesses, and we will go from there. Yeah. What else do I need to talk about? Yeah. Lots of stuff coming, more unboxings. more dyes, more anodizing. I've got some more laser designs that I'm going to be doing. My pyrite with the lightning bolt in it. I think I'm going to try to do some more of that coming up pretty soon. I guess quick question with the Malia. I did this one here with those on that side. Should I do that exact same thing on the other side? Or should I do something different? Comment below. Because I could just repeat this, just mirror it and mask the other side and do that. Or I could do some completely different design, you know. I'm usually kind of a, I don't know what you would call that, equal. I like it both, you know, symmetrical. So I would probably prefer it to have the same on both sides, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that's going to be it for today. I've got these torn down. We're going to get to them right away so that I can get this done and shipped out to Grant. Once again, I appreciate everyone for subscribing, for tuning in, liking, commenting. If you enjoy what you see, hit that like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We will see you soon.